If you think you hate Xbox, if you think you hate Microsoft, you can never hate Microsoft or Xbox enough. So, Microsoft has laid off 200 devs from King. So these are the guys who make Candy Crush Saga and other similar mobile games. And they're being replaced by the AI that they themselves actually, trained and developed, basically. So the thing is that, sure, we all saw this AI push because Microsoft is the AI Kool-Aid man, basically. Their push with Copilot, a bunch of stuff that they're doing on the Windows side is absolutely insane. So, when it comes to making mindless amounts of levels very quickly and pushing that out, because when people play mobile games, usually those games are absolutely complete and utter garbage. Usually. And so if people actually put genuine creativity in the level designs of a game like Candy Crush, I feel like they're getting paid way too much money. But the thing is that keeping in mind that Candy Crush makes so much money that it's not even funny. They've made over $1 billion by themselves last year. It was like $1 billion. It was a hell of a lot of money. Even if it was like $100 million in a year, that's still way too much money for a mobile game to be making. That being said, however, it's worth keeping in mind that no matter how much money you make, no matter how successful you are not safe if you are under Microsoft, is basically what I'm trying to get at. In addition to the fact that if AI was making levels in Candy Crush, it would make no difference to the people playing the games, basically. But yeah, so I can't imagine things being particularly positive when you get let go and the very thing that you created is replacing you in the form of this AI monstrosity, which on its surface is part of the reason why I'm even making this video in the first place. Because it seems like such an absurd thing to talk about, that a game development studio created an AI and that AI is now coming in and taking the place of the people that work there. That's crazy to think about. But yeah, so basically this is a dystopian future come to reality at this point now that's actually hitting a bunch of people, more specifically the 200 that were let go from King and are part of the 9,000 that was let go as part of Microsoft, basically. So Microsoft began recent bout of bloodletting, which led to 9,000 jobs at the altar of corporate agility, with 200 layoffs at King, which it got its hands on after spending slightly more than the normal GDP of Myanmar, wow, okay, that's a lot, to acquire Activision Blizzard, which is about $79 billion at that point. This was about 10% of King's workforce, who no doubt felt a lot better about the whole thing when Xbox boss Phil Spencer told him, "We have more players, games, and gaming hours more than before," and that the hardware and game roadmap have never looked stronger. Wow, that's, again, I still can't believe he said that. Speaking anonymously, King staff told Mobile Gamer most of the level design team have been wiped, which is crazy since they've spent months building tools to craft levels quicker. Now those AI tools are basically replacing the teams. Same goes for King's narrative copywriting team, which also reportedly also hit hard by the layoffs. The copywriting team is completely removing people since we now have AI tools that those individuals have been creating. So it's not even just the level design, the copywriting team is also gone, and well, who else do we have? Yeah. Alright. Well, I'm probably the most shocking thing about this is the fact that for some reason Candy Crush has a story for some reason. Wait. It did say narrative writing team, didn't it? Yeah. No, copywriting team. I don't know what they do. Who knows? But the fact that AI tools are replacing people is absolutely disgusting, said the source. But it's all about efficiency and profits, even though the company is doing great overall, a sentiment backed up by Spencer's own farewell letter. Anonymous King staff has called the move to axe developers crazy, adding that we need more hands and less leadership. The source also alleged that devs hit by layoffs are often those who express dissatisfaction with the company or processes. And that feels like an illegal thing when you're, commenting dissent on something that is not considered something that you particularly like. So you're commenting about something negatively, but then ultimately that's the reason why you just end up getting let go regardless. But the thing about, working in America, which thank goodness I don't live nor work in America, is that people can let you go and not have to say a word. They just let you go and that's it. So yeah, that's an insane thing to think about. But yeah, King HR also not doing particularly well either. Basically what they said is an extreme example of an HR department whose role it is to protect the company, not the staff, which I feel like when it comes to HR is basically the case to begin with. King's senior leadership team has apparently made improving company morale a top priority in the wake of employee survey that went out before the layoffs happened. Unsurprisingly, these layoffs did not help, and combined with the ongoing constant but low attrition among staff, morale is reportedly now in the gutter. And so, again, while it's fair to say that 9,000 people in total have been let go from Microsoft, that their jobs are going to be replaced by AI, this is at least one solid example of it happening. And the thing is that this could very well be a he said, she said type of situation, because the thing is that this is formerly disgruntled staff, and we don't really have that much evidence to show for it. But when it comes to these sorts of news and people speaking out about companies and stuff, it's usually easier to believe the individual rather than the multi-billion, if not at this point, trillion-dollar company. So yeah, with all of that being said though, I thought that this was just kind of a crazy situation and something almost certainly worth talking about. Only because I don't really care about King as a developer because they make mobile games, and also for the fact that I don't actually care about Candy Crush Saga, but rather the fact that developers being replaced by AI is a crazy thing, even if it is for something like mobile slop. But with all of that being said, however, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 500 subs by the end of the year, and with all that being said, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.